active. Around 500 million people are going to develop heart diseases and diabetes by 2030, costing the healthcare sector an additional $27 billion every year. Now, what if I told you there was an app that would actually reward you to stay active and walk? Would that motivate you? That's what Donalab does. We do that by creating gamified virtual challenges that help businesses engage their employees and nonprofits to fundraise. We're Donalab, the global impact platform that turns your steps into charity donations and rewards. We have successfully pitched and exhibited Donalab across 3 different continents, where we got the chance to onboard 57 companies as beta testers to our corporate giving and employee engagement program, have 3 companies currently onboarding their employees. The app is live on both Google Play Store and App Store, and Donalab makes the process of collecting corporate sponsorships for NGOs easier than ever, and we have over 15 NGOs currently on board. We're tapping into the corporate giving market, starting from Lebanon to potentially expand to the EU and US with an SOM of $1.75 billion. And unlike competitors, our virtual races can be set up right away, and we offer an impact analytics dashboard for each company to keep track of their health and CSR KPIs. I'm Yasmin, the founder of Donalab, with expertise in HR and data analytics, together with my team, who have unique expertise in sales, development, and AI, are creating a platform that helps businesses engage their employees and nonprofits to fundraise. Through Impact as a Service, Donalab generates revenue through our employee engagement program, being $5 per employee per month for a one-time challenge, or $3 per employee per month for a full-year subscription. And this is actually what it looks like from a point of view of company. For example, these are the different challenges, and the teams can also share pictures of themselves, so it doesn't get boring at all. In 3 years, we see Donalab with 5 million downloads and a forecasted revenue of $1.2 million. And together with your support, we plan to reach more HR personnel, implement at least 5 corporate giving programs in the first quarter of 2023, in addition to building partnerships with insurance firms in order to boost corporate wellness in the region. Are you ready to make a change? What do you have to lose? Maybe a few kilos and a few hours off the couch. Thank you.
Thank you, Yasmin.
Thank you,
I
Yasmin.
love the energy, and I love the social cause. Would you please tell us more about the market size you've done, the market size, if you have like an idea of the global market size versus the market size here in the MENA region, because I've seen some of your potential competitors in the market before, so I'd like to see where you can position your company in the market. Second, if you'd like also to tell us more about your competitors in the MENA region, because I know about the competitors in the US actually, but I'm not sure if I came across any of your competitors in Egypt or in the MENA region other than Cairo Runners. So I'd love to learn more about that.
Thank you so much for your questions. So first of all, with respect to market size, so we do see the industry booming, and we've seen success happening in the US by Virgin Pulse, for example, and Charity Miles, which actually helped us pave the way in order to enter the market here and focus also on expanding from Lebanon to potentially GCC. I've seen a lot of companies who have interest in Donalab's offerings. Most of them do want to engage their employees and at the same time align with their CSR goals. With respect to what other competitors are available in the Middle East, for example, I'm not sure if you've heard about Fidzi. Fidzi is based out of UAE, so it's written down as FITZE.AE, and they offer a similar offering. However, for example, they don't focus much on the impact. Instead, they're trying to help individuals to motivate them to get rewarded in return. So for example, walking to actually end up having a fitness watch or stuff as such, while we're doing both, helping them get rewarded and at the same time make that impact. Because actually doing that social impact gives you this like gratification like in yourself that you can't actually receive from like tangible rewards. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Yasmin.
I see another, yeah.
Yes. Hi, Yasmin. I really love the idea. Maybe I missed it, but can you explain a little bit more? Is it just fundraising and where is the money coming from? Or are the employees getting rewarded in what way? Can you just explain a little bit more about that?
Most definitely. So the way we generate revenue is through what we call an employee engagement or a corporate giving program. So let's assume the company where you work at is currently interested in like engaging the team, especially because, for example, you work remotely, so you don't feel this connection between each other, and at the same time, they want to walk together for a specific cause. So what happens is we onboard the employees to our app. We create those virtual races depending on the employee, like the company's preferences and what goals they would like to achieve. And pretty much that's it. Like they pay per employee for now. It's $5 per employee if they wanted a month, or $3 per employee if they wanted a full year subscription. And it doesn't get boring at all because, for example, we customize every month to have a specific theme. For example, let's assume this. And it's not only giving back to a cause so they can get rewarded, because you can create two types of challenges. Either the challenge where you're walking for a cause, or you're walking to get rewarded.
So okay, so the money for the nonprofit comes from the company. So the company sets a budget basically, and then they match how many steps or distance or whatever. That's how it's set up. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you.
I think we had one more question from Dr. Abdullah.
I actually wanted to ask about the revenue model, but she already answered. You mentioned that you have already onboarded 3 companies. May you tell us roughly what's the month-on-month or?
Yeah, so it's actually our first month right now. They average between 60 and 80 employees, and they all chose the one-time challenge for now to actually test it out, as there are early adopters. So you can say around 70 times 3 times 4. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Thank you, Yasmin. I think we covered most of the questions. Thank you so much for your time, Yasmin, and feel free to stick around for the rest of the pitches. Next team up is OWM. Nuruddin, I think you also have sharing rights, so feel free to share your screen. And the floor is yours. You have 4 minutes.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen now. All right, can you see my share screen?
Yes, I can see it on my side.
Okay, thank you. All right, hello everyone. I hope you are doing well. Today I'm going to present our project, which is called Intelligent Oracle Smart Grid Water Flow Meter based on artificial intelligence, shortened for OWM, Oracle Water Flow Meter. All right, we are Oracle team, and I'm going to present our problem, which is we are addressing a very serious problem, which is the water resources problem. As 40% of people worldwide are affected by water scarcity and climate change, and 2 out of 5 people do not have a basic hand washing facility. 29.7% is the wasted water in Egypt due to outdated pipes and spraying trees. So there is no real scalable solution for water usage monitoring, especially across Egypt. Our solution overview is that our Oracle Water Flow Meter, which is a smart meter connected to the main pipe of the house, and then connected to the internet and sends the data to our OWM cloud system. Then the data is shown through our web app and mobile app. All right, these are our main features, but mainly we are focusing in the AI leakage detection automatic blockage, in which we have an AI model deployed in our meter that can detect if there is a potential leakage, and then it automatically cuts the flow of the water and sends an alert to the user so he can take an action. So there is no water wasted and no money is paid in this wasted water. And also, as we collect data for user consumption analytics, we can use it for user consumption, future consumption prediction using AI. To predict the consumption and the money that would be paid in the next months. This is our solution prototype in real life. As is a demo. shows our meter working. This water is turned on and then passed through the meter, and then the water is filled with water. You can see here the data is live, the consumed water, and this is a mobile app. By press of a button, the water here stopped flowing through the bottle, and now by press of another button, the water is back flowing to the bottle. All right, this is our OWM mobile app and web app demo. You can see here this is our web app, which shows a landing page for our startup, and this is a mobile app. You can see here the water flow consumption. You can see here choosing a start and end date. There is a consumption charts, and also the start and end date. There is a cost charts. Also the billing and payment. As we can see, we can choose a month, and we can show a previous bill. Also the leakage detection to tell the user if there is a potential leakage, and frequently asked questions and contact us screen. All right, this is our social tribe screenshots of our web app and mobile app, as you have seen. Our market size is that this 60 billion meter cube is available quota from the Nile River in Egypt. 114 billion is Egypt water needs per year, and there is a gap of 54 billion meter cube, which is a huge shortage, nearly the half of the water needs. Our target segment mainly focuses in B2B segments, and we're focusing on hotels, clubs, compounds, and factories, especially compounds, as there's many green compounds, focuses on sustainability and targets the SDGs. Our target is to penetrate 15% of these segments, and this would save estimated 20% of the wasted water and save 25% of the bills from normal water meters. These are market competitors in Egypt, Iskra Emco and Metrotech Egypt. This is our competitive advantage, as we have talked about the AI leakage detection, automatic blockage, our complete new IT system, user consumption analytics, future consumption using AI, and value of a price. These are our marketing partners here in Egypt, the Ministry of Housing and Ministry of Water Resources. Our financial plan, mainly we are taking 315 EGP per cycle, which is per year. This is our revenue stream, as mainly our revenue from the OWM meter sales, some subscription fee for the cloud services, and aftermarket sales. This is our timeline. We are now in beta phase, on-site deployment and testing, and then there is a stability of marketing and contract making, then 2024 production phase. Our SDGs covered mainly is the clean water and sanitation, and also SDG 911, industrial innovation infrastructure, and sustainable cities and communities. We are Oracle team based in Egypt from Faculty of Engineering, Helwan University. I am Noor, with me Haneen, Mohammed Shetri, and Asma. We are Oracle team developing an OWM water consumption analysis system to help water consuming sectors reduce and monitor their water consumption using AI technology to predict water usage and leakage detection. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Yes, Dina?
Have a lot of questions. I think it's a great idea, but sorry, because it's such a short time, so we can't really get all the information. Yes. So a few questions. What's the difference between you and your competitors? That's the first one.
Okay. Mainly, our competitors have smart meters which have monitoring and the ability to monitor our consumption through our mobile app. But our competitive advantage is using the AI technology, which in our case, we are using it for automatic leakage, automatic leakage detection, and also the future consumption.
Okay, so I know you're doing B2B. Are you doing B2C as well?
This is our next phase, but we are mainly starting with B2B.
Okay, and how easy is it to install, and how much does it cost?
Okay, for the installation, we are making the installation as we have seen. This is just a prototype. We are making a more advanced prototype for real installation in compounds and so on. This is our next phase, and it costs, like we can say, 6,000 EGP.
Can you translate that to dollars, please, just so that everyone is on the same page?
Okay, it's, I think, like and now I didn't recall, but we can say it's
we'll look it up, don't worry. Yeah,
it's around $200. It's around $200.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Leila, did you have any question?
Yeah, so I think thank you for your time and for the pitching.
You're right.
So my
Thank you.
question would be around the regulations point of view. Do you have like all the licenses that you need to apply this AI technology in this specific arena? And in terms of your relationship with the government, because I know they have their own water resources management strategies. So how do you position yourself in terms of this?
We are not replacing the normal meters, which is installed or monitored by the government. We are like an additional service. At the moment, as we are in talks with them, we have made several meetings. They like the idea, especially some factories also, like Danone. They are a company which is known for milk products like yogurts and so on. So we are really interested for the monitoring process of our project. So mainly we are not replacing the main meters. We are like a third party additional monitoring system.
Yes, okay, but the actual implementation of your product depends on whether or not you get the approval from the government.
No, it's not necessary at all. We can. It's like an additional installation of another meter. It's not monitored by them.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Abdullah, do you have a question?
Yeah, how much? Thank you so much, Noor, for the presentation. How much is the sensors for, or the meter? The cost
Like how?
on you? How much it
Okay.
costs you?
It costs us like if we are tracing it to dollar, we can say the sensors only without the microcontroller process or the system.
The server, the service that you're providing. How much it costs you, and how much are you selling it for?
Okay, it costs us in terms of dollar, we can say like $120, and from 120 to $140, and we are selling it with $200.
And you're selling it for 200, and this is a one-off, or like it's a subscription based?
Like yes, it has a subscription for the cloud services, but it's like a small fee, like from $5 to $10.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
We still have 1 minute if any other judge would like to ask more questions to Noor.
Do you have any letters of intent or anyone who signed up to use this already?
There's one company, as we was in talks with us. They wanted like a number of our meters. As you are working in Sina government, sorry, governorate in Egypt, as you are wanted water monitoring service, but we were lacking the fund to make like the 30 meters they are required. As we met them in COP27, several companies we were talks with in COP27, as we are presenting our project there, Sharm El-Sheikh, but we also lack the fund to make the number of the meters required. So we're now in the process to making a final working prototype, an industrial one, so we can install it. So as we have won several competitions in which we got some fund to make more meters.
Okay, I
Noor,
think
one last question, quick
yeah.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, please go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay.
Because I think we passed the market size, the market size part very quickly. If you can, please translate
Go
that
back.
into letters, because I saw it from the volume point of view only.
Yes. So what's the
How
question
much?
again?
How much does that translate into US dollars?
Okay. I think it
Roughly speaking.
really in US dollars, I think it's like from 2 to 3 billion dollars.
That
I
on the
think
global
I have read
scale?
it once. I think not probably sure.
That's on the global scale or only on the local scale?
I think it's local scale.
Okay. Thank you, Noor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Noor, and thank you for the questions from the judges. We're gonna move on to the next
Thank you.
team. Noor, thank you so much for your time, and you can stick around for the rest of the pitches. The next team will be PNIN from Jordan. Hala Youssef will be pitching. Hala, you have sharing rights, so feel free to share your screen and you have 4 minutes.
Hello, can you hear me? Is it clear?
Loud and clear.
Okay. I want every one of you to imagine their biggest and wildest dreams. Imagine if these dreams vanished, and your ultimate goal now is to be able to walk naturally once again. We believe that digital health technologies are capable into transforming these dreams into a reality, and that's by empowering patients and improving their quality of lives. We, as Pinin team, are excited to be part of the leading companies in this sector. So allow me to take you throughout our vision. Foot drop is a disability at which the patient can't lift their foot. Therefore, they can't walk naturally. This is the gait cycle, which is the process of walking. At the swing phase, when the patient can't lift their foot, the whole walking process gets corrupted and walking becomes such a huge challenge. Causes of foot drop are a lot, like stroke, medical accidents, car accidents, disc, multiple sclerosis. Even COVID-19 might lead to foot drop. 60% of diabetic patients are at risk at developing foot drop. 40% of medial dislocations might lead to foot drop. So Pinin is a medical cuff. It's a functional electrical stimulator, or FES. It's placed above the location of the damaged nerve. It sends electrical pulses to stimulate the muscle and simulate the damaged nerve into lifting the foot, easing the walking process. Pinin is a platform technology, which means functional electrical stimulation technology could be used for multiple health areas, like Parkinson's disease, like wrist drop, and even like lymphatic leg, and many more other problems could be solved by functional electrical stimulation. It's an easy-to-use technology, since it's just a medical cuff. It's like a bracelet. It could be put on and took off at any time, and it's not an invasive approach. We are going to use artificial intelligence to customize those electrical pulses in terms of timing and in terms of intensity. Since every patient walks in a different way, AI is going to increase the accuracy of simulating this walk naturally. Our mobile application has two main features. One feature is for the doctor, and the other is for the patient, where the doctor could track the progress of the patient, and the patient could change the stimulation mode, track the level of the battery, and develop multiple healthy habits to develop their quality of life. Global market size of assistive walking devices reached up to $6.6 billion at 2021. And based on Statista, in UAE and Saudi Arabia, the digital health market is projected to reach up to $4 billion at 2026. Our go-to-market strategy is based on multiple marketing channels, such as physiotherapy clinics, medical equipment stores, doctors in specialized fields, and even social media would help us to make more awareness about foot drop as a disease or as a disability, and aware patients on such cases. Our revenue streams would be from selling the device itself throughout our marketing channels, and our partners would be like Royal Health Awareness Society to raise awareness about foot drop disability. In terms of competition, Pinin is the most cost-effective and easy-to-use solution in comparison with other solutions present in the market. We are going to focus mainly on good health and well-being SDG, along with other multiple sustainable development goals for impact. And this is our achievements throughout the previous year. This is our team of integrated knowledge in medicine and in engineering to fulfill the needs of our startup, support Pinin to enable and empower patients and even individuals with disability. Thank you.
Thank you, Hala. We have 5 minutes for questions as well from the judges.
Okay. Thank you so much, Hala, for the presentation. I'll go first. You mentioned the whole market size of the devices in general, but only for the foot drop issue. How many people needs that worldwide and in the region? Do you have any of these stats?
Okay, so it's hard to give an accurate estimate, but based on the multiple reasons or causes of foot drop, We estimate that up to 60% of diabetic patients might have foot drop. Even stroke is the main cause. So if we are going to look up the numbers for these reasons, we can come up with an estimate about foot drop itself.
Okay. One last question. Do you have any IP already?
IP, we don't have an IP yet, since we are still at the prototyping phase, but we are actually planning on getting one soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what's the cost of manufacturing it, and how much do you sell it for?
Okay, so the prototype costed, I'm not sure if you'd like me to share the financial slide, I'll just say it out loud fastly. So the cost of the prototype is about 80 JDs to a maximum. Production cost might be 42 to 68 JDs, since production is less than prototyping by about 16%. So we sell the device by about 120 JDs just to cover other costs.
Sorry, JD is a Jordanian dinar? Or?
Dinar,
Yes, which is basically would translate to around a cost of $112, and they are selling it as $170 US dollars.
Thank you, Hela. Would you like to walk us through the different team members and their different backgrounds and how every one of them is supporting the company?
Yes, sure. I'll just start up with myself. I'm an industrial engineering student, so I'm in charge of leading of the team and business financial info at the team. Asil Badwan is a medicine student. She's a fourth-year medical student, and she's in charge of testing on the patients and the development of the research of the effectivity of the device. Islam Abu Hilal is a mechatronics engineering student. He's actually a senior now. He's in charge of developing the artificial intelligence and the application aspect of our prototype or our whole device. Yahya Abedou is a computer engineering student, and he is in charge of developing the hardware. Dr. Mahmoud Abdullah is a neurosurgeon, and he is our advisor.
Thank you, Hela.
You're most welcome.
Leila, you have a question?
No, actually, it's okay. She responded. It's okay. Thank you.
Perfect. We still have around 2 more minutes for any additional questions from the judges.
Yeah, let me ask you then, have you spoken to anyone who might be interested in buying this, or someone you would partner with or send like a big quantity to? Tell us a bit more about how you tested the idea with people who might use it, whether it's doctors or any hospitals or things like that.
So we've actually visited about 7 to 8 physiotherapy clinics and asked them about how frequent foot drop patients arrive to these clinics. There is actually a great frequency. It's promising that people do need this solution. They told us it would be really amazing to have a portable solution, since the solution they had is only present at the same physiotherapy clinic. So patients go there for rehab reasons, but the device we are trying to develop is portable, therefore it could be used for daily use. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, if we don't have any more questions from the judges, we can move on to the next team. Perfect. Thanks a lot, Hala, and please stay around for the rest of the pitches if you want to. The next team will be Shatley from Palestine. Christine, I think you already have sharing rights, so
Yeah.
please share your screen.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. My name is Christina Buzulov, and I'm here on behalf of my team to tell you about our project Shatla, which stands for seedling in Arabic. Have you ever stopped to think about how much plastic we use in a single day? From the moment we wake up until the time we go to bed, plastic is all around us. Data from the Eurometer International shows that approximately 480 billion plastic bottles were consumed in 2019 alone. That's almost 1 million every minute. So our solution to reduce plastic pollution is to recycle it, not in the traditional way it's usually done, but rather in a new, innovative way that aligns with the current technological advancement, which is 3D printing. Our process consists of the following steps. First, we will collect those plastic bottles, grind them, extrude them, turn them into 3D printing filament, and finally turn that filament into 3D printed pots with unique and modern designs. Our final product includes a 3D printed pot complete with your preferred plant and fully recycled packaging to ensure safe and environment-friendly handling. Customers can buy our product through our application, where they can also contact us to request custom-made pot designs for their businesses or gift-giving needs. Some of our more interesting application features are, at checkout, customers can donate a specific amount of plastic bottles, and in return, they will receive a discount on their final purchase. We also have augmented reality features. Using augmented reality, customers can preview their pot and plant in real time and see how it looks with their surroundings. Our efforts are directed towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goal, including number 9, industry innovation and infrastructure, which we can achieve through the use of 3D printing and augmented reality. Number 17, partnership for the goals, which we can achieve through creating partnerships and job opportunities for plastic collection and packaging. Number 8, decent work and economic growth. And number 12, responsible consumption and production, which we can achieve through reducing the use of single-use plastic bottles and promoting a culture of responsible disposal. Our target audience includes indoor plant enthusiasts, businesses, gift buyers, decorators, and people who prioritize environmental sustainability. As part of our market research, we conducted a competitive analysis to gain insight into the strengths and weaknesses of our competitors in the industry and understand the market. We offer a variety of competitive advantages, including recycling, competitive pricing, environmental value, the use of new technologies such as AR and 3D printing, and we also offer distinctive packaging to enhance the user's experience. During the feasibility study, we worked on a sample of 20 kilograms of PET plastic at the cost of $50, which was made into 19 kilograms of filament at the cost of $60, and that filament was used to 3D print 380 pots, each weighing 50 grams at the cost of $180, and then after packaging and planting them at the cost of $760, they were sold for a total value of $5,700 at the price of $15 per pot. This is our business model. The initial cost was $1,050 and the revenue was $5,700, while the profit was $4,650. This is our team. It includes me as a creative director and designer, Abdulrahman serving as a CEO, and Abdullah as the AR and software developer. We hope we were able to showcase our project in the best way possible, and we would like to thank you all for your time.
Thank you, Christine. And we'll leave it for the judges now if they have any questions.
Christine, I have a few questions. Are these actual revenues and profits, or these are projections?
Oh, no, this is from the study we made.
Okay, so they're not
Like
actual ones. Okay. And then in terms of plastic, is there only specific type of plastic? Is it, you said PET, or is it for all types of plastic?
No, it has to be PET. It's usually written on the bottle. It's used in most plastic bottles.
Okay, great. And then for the manufacturing, do you have a factory, or are you going to be renting, or how does it work?
Well, we're currently working on creating a production line. We actually have a slide for that, where we can have like 3D printing and PET machines that will recycle it and extrude it to create the filament.
Okay,
so we're currently working on it.
Can you just go back to the slides of the competitors and just leave it there for a second, because I didn't get a chance to really look at it.
Yeah, of course.
And then if anyone else has questions, thank you.
Leila?
Yeah, so I would like to know, do you have like a specific way like that you're processing the plastic? Like, is it different than your competitors, and how is it different? Like, do you have like an IP or like a specific trademark? Like, how do you differentiate yourselves in terms of the processing and recycling?
Well, we don't have a market for recycled 3D printing filament currently. So that's gonna make us like stand out from the rest, because we can also sell that 3D printed filament for other people to use. And I guess that helps us stand out in the market. I hope I answered your question. Like currently the market, the plant-based market does not use recycled materials.
Yeah, okay, so my thoughts is that how do you compete with companies who are like mass producing recycled filaments, and then for example, you know, supplying it to fashion brands and all, like what's like for them it's easy to make the shift to supply it to, you know, plant producers, for example.
Well, we're currently working in Palestine for the time being, in the West Bank, and because we have background knowledge in 3D printing and 3D modeling, that helps us produce to new customers something that they have never seen before, something that's personal to their brand or to their business, or you know, we can produce it in large quantities specifically for them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Dina, do you still have a question? We still have 2 more minutes.
Sorry.
If anyone else has any questions. Yeah, go.
Yeah, my hand was still up, but I guess I'll ask a question since it was still up. So what information do you have in terms of like any research you've done with people who might actually buy this? Is it only customers? Do you have like stores that you spoke with that might be interested to, or maybe they already have interest that they signed something with you to get some of the products? And also on the other side, how long does it take for you to create a customized product? I was looking at here the price range, and a lot of your competitors, they don't do customized products, but it seems that you're much cheaper. So I would assume that customized products would cost higher because it's probably more time consuming to, I don't know what, if you do programming or you need different molds and things like that. So if you can comment on that as well.
Well, regarding the last thing you asked, I studied multimedia technology, so I have experience with 3D modeling. Use software such as Autodesk Maya. It doesn't usually take me much time at all. And for 3D printing, you don't need molds. You just like give the model as it is to the software that the 3D printer uses. So it's not very time consuming. It would just take like a little bit more to build the model for the first time. Yeah.
Okay, and any partnerships or things with like stores or hotels or anything like that?
We are trying to get partnerships, but since we don't have our manufacturing line yet, we cannot for sure decide. But we have a partnership within our university to collect for plastic collection and stuff like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. And thank you for the questions from the judges. Our next team will be Sila from Lebanon.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yes, Mike.
Okay. Can you allow me to share my screen, please?
Yes. You have sharing rights.
All right, thank you. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
All right. So have you played the game Fraction Reaction? I used to play it when I was a kid. It's a story about a traveler that runs around in the forest, collecting plants, water, and he crafts potions using the right mixtures and proportions of plants. And then he throws them at the animals to save them, or at the robots to defeat them. Honestly, it taught me a lot about fractions, and it made math feel meaningful and fun. Now, the reason you didn't know or recognize the game is because it came out this year, and I made it. But the feeling that I described to you is what I aspire kids would say years from now after playing our games. See, education is not making sense to students. Why pay attention to something that isn't fun when you can have fun playing Minecraft or Fortnite back at home? I'm here to empower education with video games, not to replace the teacher, but to give meaning to the students. Now, you might be asking, why hasn't this been done before? It has. There are thousands of math games out there, but they're either educational but not fun, or fun but not educational. Why? Because game designers are not equipped with the educational know-how to transfer the learning outcomes. They do work with teachers, but the design process is not working. What I'm saying is that people like me that understand both education and game design are better equipped to build educational games. So it's a question about talent. I have a math game concept that includes all the STEM subjects from grades 3 till 7 in English, Arabic, and French, accessible for learning disabilities and themed around sustainability. And this project of mine would need $200,000 over the course of a year to build the first market-ready version. The game license will cost around $40 per year per student, and we will link it to the learning management system of the school. Now, the content of the game will release progressively, so the teacher can unlock the features based on what they have reached in class. What is the game about? It's like a world-building game that mimics the attractiveness of the behemoth game Minecraft. And on the right, you can see a ready-made prototype that contains a 3D geometry lesson, and it was very interactive for students. It's similar to AutoCAD, but as a game. So we're still looking for a strong business partner who can help us in entering the market in the GCC, so we can sell to school districts once the product is done. I'm a solopreneur who is a self-taught game designer with a vision for education and who has built multiple products with zero funding since the start of COVID. And I'm looking to be surrounded by experienced digital artists who help me, inclusive educational experts, and I have received support from the Department of Education at AUB for my work. So far, we've made 4 video games and I tried them at schools, and I had kids coming up to me asking me if they can play the game at home. This is the future of education in the next 5 years, not just for middle school, but at the university level as well. And we have plans for that too. And I hope to find the support and partners to be the pioneers of that booming industry. Join us in creating the new era of education. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. We have 5 or so minutes for questions as well from the judges.
Thank you, Mike. So my first, I really like the idea, but my first question here will be, does this model align with the ministries or the accreditation models that we have globally so far?
Can you specify your question, please?
Can I have like, so if I'm trying, I didn't get my mind around the topics or the education topics that you're going to deliver, but would I have like a certificate by the end of the game or something, or
okay, got you. Okay, so we're not building it around the concept of getting a certificate or not. So it's supposed to be a support to the educational program of the schools. Let's say you have to teach biology, chemistry, physics, and math for someone who's age 12 to 14 or something like that. And he's not getting the gist of things at class. It's probably too far-fetched, it's too abstract. What we are delivering is an application for them to go play around instead of doing homework that clearly doesn't help more than what the teacher is doing in class, to give it like a different taste. So it's just a support program.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. Perfect. Thank you. Do you have any competitors, Mike, that do the same model?
In the region, no. You have Minecraft, who were acquired by Microsoft, and now they're known as Minecraft for Education. So they deliver a 3D environment where you have students, they go into the world, they have lessons, and it's like a community where teachers develop lessons and students play the game. But what I can tell you from talking to experts, it's a failure. Now, why it's a failure? I think it's because of what I explained before, is that they're not hitting both stones at the same time. It's either education or fun or vice versa. No one has, like in the whole industry, I could confidently say that no one has achieved both at the same time.
Mike, is this just for schools or have you thought of doing this beyond schools?
No, I actually have thought about doing similar concepts for university education, let's say medical school or other things. I think not just gamification, game-based learning can be applied to very different subjects. But of course, you have to start in schools because it's easier to build a game around grade 12 content, grade 6 content than for someone in university. But it is achievable for both. But I think I need the credibility from going through school and then getting up to university level education.
Okay, can you just talk a bit more again? Sorry about the revenue model. I might have missed it.
So for the revenue model for the school part, let's say I get the funding and I build the first version of the product, which contains lessons from grade 12, grade 6 to grade 8 for the first version. So the students in those grades will pay $40 a year in their school district to subscribe to the game, and then the teacher can give the homework through the game itself. So it will be an integrated part of the academic year.
But is it something that the parents will have to pay on behalf of
the parents
through the school or directly to you?
That I didn't pin that one out yet. It's still flexible.
Did you test this with schools before? Because, you know, I don't know today, but especially after COVID, so many schools are not paying extra for anything extra at their schools. They're always looking for just free stuff. So have you talked to schools, and if this is the case, what's your plan B?
Yeah. Now in schools, and the problem is I'm in Lebanon, and Lebanon is not very indicative of the general market in the region. So they're even less inclined to pay for anything. So I couldn't gather valuable data in those terms. But again, it's not the school that will be paying, it's the teacher, it's the parent. So it makes a huge difference. They're already paying for books, paying for tutors, paying for other games as well.
Yeah, I understand, because also parents are, I mean, I don't know, I'll tell you here in the UAE, you know, tuitions are going up and parents are complaining. So I'm not sure how much, so I'm just bringing this to your attention, right? Because anything extra to be paid, whether it's directly through the school or not, is a little bit of a pain for parents now.
Yeah, I mean, the counter argument would be that it could be free and nobody is using it as well. So it depends on the value that it's bringing. I mean, if it reaches the ultimate goal of replacing the games that the kids are playing at home, but with the educational twist, I think parents could be more inclined to that than paying for the games that they're already buying for their kids on PS4, PC.
I'm just gonna check if Layla also has any questions, because I saw her hand at some point.
No, it's all good. My questions were answered. Thank you.
Okay.
I actually have a comment. First of all, I echo Dina's point of view. I actually work with a large corporate that provides teaching students how to create video games. So it's like a technology-based even educational journey for the students. And I don't have a question. Any other questions for you, Mike? I'll put you in contact with them later on, inshallah. Let's see if there's any potential collaboration, hopefully.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Before I move to the next team, I just want to also add 2 points to Dina and Dr. Abdullah's notes, Mike. First of all, you mentioned that there's a competitor, which is like Minecraft Education, and they're not hitting both stones at the same time. But if they manage to hit that angle from a creativity and design perspective, then they would have a much stronger capability to design multiple games at a much higher speed and much lower cost than you would. So maybe it's good to think about how you can create IP moats on your designs and like the creative elements of building the game, not just the game itself. I'm not super familiar with game design, but just an idea.
Yeah. Now, Minecraft is a game that's built in 2011. So they're stuck with the old game So there, it's like they can be flexible, but to a certain extent, the game is made, and they can't change it much. They're just trying to adapt what's already existing. But it's much easier to build something from scratch with the objective of being educational than having to spin off something that wasn't made for it in the first case. And also Minecraft, they don't create their content. So the teachers are creating content, which brings me to my first idea that teachers are not game designers and game designers are not teachers. So it's the lack of talent.
I see. And then finally, the additional point is regarding what Ali said in terms of accreditation, which is it's interesting to see if there's a subsegment within either schools or like universities where having a more digital way of learning actually helps them get higher ranking. Whereas schools might not actually benefit from this, so they might not see the need for the investment. But other forms of like education institutions might benefit with higher rankings if they have a digital way of education and these support systems. So just an idea to look at the subsegment that might have a high like purchasing power and willingness to pay. Thank you so much, Mike. The next, and also like feel free to stick around for the rest of the pitches. The next team will be SimTry from Jordan. I think Khaled, you already have sharing rights, so feel free to share your screen when you have 4 minutes.
But before I start, yesterday I was talking to my mentor, Dr. Riham Zghayer, and she had a lot of good words to say about you. So I'm really happy to present my idea in front of you. But let me share my presentation. Okay, is it good now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Welcome to the future of online shopping. But before we start, let me ask you a question. Is buying and returning clothes online a sustainable act? Now, before you answer, let me tell you my presentation, and let's see if your answer changed by the end of it. Oh, sorry, guys. 1 second, my order is here. This is my laptop for work. Oh, that's not the correct size, is it? I'm gonna be late for work for a few days now. I wish if there only was a way to try it before I bought it. And as you see in front of you are examples of incorrect sizing when you buy online clothing. Now, free returns are customer insurance policy when shopping online. But what you don't know is what happened to those returns after you gave them back. Most of them end up in landfills, and studies have shown, and it's more expensive to store these items and resell them, so it's being thrown out. And according to a study from Rio Research, 5 billion tons of clothing waste are being dumped into our environment by returned clothes. Yeah, you may ask, what's the reason for those returns? 70% of those returns are caused by incorrect sizing. And this issue is a huge problem because it causes online clothing markets $640 billion every year to contribute to those losses. Now, SimTry is a virtual fitting room. It's using AI and AR technology to give you a personalized shopping online experience and to give you a perfect fit every time. Now, in the video in front of you on the right, you can see how SimTry works. It's a plug it in the website. You enter your height and weight, then you put your phone on the table and you stand a few feet back. Then you just wait for the AI to do its magic, and voila, we have your measurement, and that way you'll have your precise size. Now, since we have your size, you can use this size to use our feature of AI try-on virtual assistant, and it will be as your own guide to what to wear and see the product live on yourself, so you will know that this won't fit you. Now, let's talk about the market. The global virtual fitting room market is expected to grow to $15 billion by the year 2029, and with a 20.5% CAGR growth. And when it comes to the target market, our target, it's a B2B. SimTry is a B2B business, and our target is online clothing. And we have local ones like Khazanti, regional ones like Noon and Souk, and the big names where we're heading is Shein. And when SimTry starts, we're going to focus on the Saudi Arabian market, for it has a big potential to grow. And the Saudi Arabian market is projected to be $7.2 billion by the year 2027, with a CGR of 15.5%. Now, money. Let's talk money. Now, how are we going to make money out of this product? We're gonna give license to already existing websites who sell clothes, and we're gonna get a percentage of each sale they make via SimTry. And how are we gonna charge to that? In front of you are a few percentages, depends on the price of the item. Now, of course, we're not the only one. We have a competition, but what makes us on top is that we're the only one who's making it easier for the customer. We don't require extra app or a website. We will be already integrated on the website of the market. Now, this is our track. In the past few months, we participated in many competitions, IEEE Unleash, Healthy Prize, and Tank, and we've won many of them, of course. In the next 6 months, we're looking to find some accelerators to work with. And we're seeking $10,000 to help us. One last thing, we have an amazing team, and it doesn't hurt that the four of us has been friends for years, and we've been working together in many projects. We have the team, there is a pain, we have the solution, and if you want to take part in revolutionizing the clothing online market, SimTry is for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Khaled, for the very exciting and high energy pitch. That was really, really nice. And I'll leave it to the judges now to ask any questions.
Thank you, Khaled. Despite I saw this idea before, but I felt like I'm watching a live commercial. Thank you for the good energy, though.
Yeah, did you like judge us before in other competition?
I wasn't lucky actually to. No, I saw a similar idea with one of your competitors before.
Okay. Yeah.
Speaking of competitors, could you please tell us more about your competitors and how do you see yourself overcoming the different challenge, and what is your value proposition in the market?
Okay, so our competitors, no one's perfect. Some of them are using AI to give the right size. Some of them are using without virtual try-on. Some of them are using virtual try-on, but they don't give you the correct size. They just see your clothes on yourself. And they require extra apps and website for you to use. You have to download it, sign up, etc. It's really tiring. If you're gonna put your measurement in an app, no one's gonna measure themselves. So first of all, you don't have to do anything. The AI will just take pictures and give you all the correct sizes. Second of all, we will be integrated in the website, and no other app is doing that. It would be collaboration between us and the online stores. So that's a big advantage for us. And yeah, that's basically the most biggest advantage for us.
Okay, so we need to connect afterwards, because I can connect you with eSigma. They are one of the biggest sports wearing companies in Egypt, and they are expanding with some physical stores right now. And they are actually doing a similar model to what you guys are doing. So I think maybe there's some potential to collaborate there.
Well, I would love to do so.
Yeah. Thank you, Khaled.
Thank you.
One other comment, Khaled. Usually, I heard that your ask is 10K.
Exactly.
Usually, and do not be afraid to ask for more capital to expand your operations. Like ask for 50K, 100K. Usually the market can cover your ask, but when from an investor point of view, when an investor hear you asking only for 10K, it doesn't seem right, or it doesn't resonate. It doesn't resonate with me when I hear that you're only you will be needing 10K to expand your business, given all the challenges or the size of the operations that you're going to deal with. So I think my advice to you is to revise this number again, or to review this number again, just to put your numbers together, and I'd assume someone in or a company in your stage would at least need 100K to kickstart the business in the market.
Yeah, exactly. The 10K it would be just for like starting to get the product to work, but for sure we need more than that. But thank you for your input.
First, thank you, Khaled.
Thank you so
Khaled,
much.
is it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, please, Dina. No.
I just wanted to ask, is it easier for you to integrate to store websites or versus have an app? Like, so what, like in terms of the tech behind it, what's easier? Because I would imagine maybe with each store, it might be a bit different.
Of course, I mean, it would be easier for us to integrate it. I mean, of course, it has its challenges, as you said, but for the online clothing shops, they would actually prefer us because we would be a facility in their own product, and they might actually like have like contracts with us to be specialized with them, etc. So we can like the market is looking for something like this, and it's willing to pay the price, whatever it is, to do it.
Just a quick follow-on question to what Dina asked. Sorry, Dr. Abdullah, I know you also have a question, because it's also related to how you intend to integrate with the platforms. Do you intend, so if let's say I'm a user going on Shein or whichever platform, do I have to use your API on that platform, on every platform, to get my size? Or do I just get my size once and upload it on every platform?
Okay, so
and one more question on that, which is around like data privacy of, as a user, do I own these images and these pictures and this data, and I choose which online clothing platform will then have access to it, or I don't have any ownership of this data, and then the online clothing platform will own that data? So
the first question, can you repeat it?
for the first question, in terms of like the API integration, as a user, do I have to use your app every time, or just I upload my size?
So SimTry is a way for you to have a personal stylist. So it would be your own stylist, but it would be your own stylist in this website, because this website paid for our facility. We're gonna prioritize them. They're gonna have the this ability. Basically, it's one-time thing, but like every month you would do it, every like a year you would do it, because the budget changes. And it's gonna be able also to recommend stuff based on your body type, and you can tell it like, I want to casual stuff, I want to go there. It will give you like some stuff that fits you. And for the privacy part, there's two, like some people may agree that their data, their picture can be used. That's their own choice, but our picture collection would be a short-term memory. Nothing will be saved, so it would be totally private, and it would be like no one can hack it, no one can see your picture, so it would be so much protected.
Thank you, Khaled. Dr. Abdullah, you had a question?
Thank you, Rawan. Thank you, Khaled, for the energy.
Thank you.
The presentation. I've actually seen a couple of competitors in the field. One of them is an established company. You can look at them. It's a part of Hub 71 ecosystem. I can share the name later. I don't have it right now, but I'll share it with you. So the value proposition here is not only the sizes, I believe. It's also, as you mentioned, a stylist AI recommendation engine, basically, because once you can see how the specific t-shirt or dress fits on the person, right? It's not only the sizes. Okay, perfect. It's a very interesting field to work on, and I believe you're focusing on a new trend related to Web3, which is the social media commerce. We work on that field, part of Rest Hero, and hopefully once you have the prototype ready, we can even integrate that or test it on our platform. We can give you access to about 200 merchants already. But once you have the prototype, inshallah, in the future.
Well, hopefully we can work together to build the prototype.
Inshallah, we can have that discussion later on. In general, the social media commerce, just a quick maybe feedback. It's a $3 trillion market. It's a very huge market. But for that specific, you're enabling others to basically sell better, like Shein and so on. To provide an added value and service. You can have it as an API integration. I wouldn't recommend you to go to have your own application. It could be an API integration, because again, Snapchat and the others will go to that phase soon. So you can play on that domain or that segment. And I also echo what Ali mentioned. If you're going for to raise fund, you shouldn't talk about 10K at all. You should talk about 100 and so on, especially if you want to start operations. If you want just to build a prototype, I think you have a team that has the competency to start at least providing like a prototype. That's all, and I wish you all the best, inshallah.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, Khalid, and thank you for the judges for the questions. Now we're moving on to our last team from Kenya, Ali Mwendelizi. So the team rebranded a couple of days ago, and they changed their name. So Kariku, you have, I think, sharing rights, so feel free to share your screen.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh yes, I'm Kariuki. Thank you for the opportunity. I'll be sharing the screen now. So as you heard, we had rebranded to Elimu Endelezi from Somesha Dada. The reason for that was so that we can increase our market. Then the name had locked us to one target market, which is teenage girls, but we'll get to that soon. So Elimu Endelezi is an e-learning platform where we strive to create a community that fosters innovation, critical thinking, and lifelong learning through a holistic approach that includes counseling, mentorship, and community engagement. We're also committed to revolutionizing the education in Africa by making it more accessible, inclusive, and relevant to the needs of the learners in the 21st century. Considering that Africa will house 45% of all youth by 2050 and a quarter of the world population by the end of the century, education is an investment that cannot go wrong in the continent. Did you know that according to the 2019 latest statistics, Kenya has the third highest teen pregnancy rates with 82 births per 1,000 births? Concurrently, 13,000 teenage girls drop out of school annually because of pregnancy. On average, 3.52 million Kenyans of the adult population are illiterate, with only 29% of the total 82 having acquired the desired mastery level of literacy, meaning that majority of those who are literate are at risk of losing their literacy skill and cannot effectively perform in a digital, in the context of knowledge economies. Rising to this monstrous challenge that threatens to kill the dreams of these learners, we have come up with a solution that will keep teenage mothers in school during and after they have given birth. Elimu Endelezi offers virtual catch-up classes for teenage mothers where they can access learning modules available online and even download relevant resources. It is an e-learning platform that is catered for flexibility and quality. There are cumulative assessment test that allows for the monitoring and evaluation of learners' progress throughout their learning journey. Also, it allows for users to do homeschooling in conducive environment free from mockery from their fellow learners, considering that teenage girls go through a lot of ridicule because of their pregnancy while in school. But that is a culture that is fading slowly. Elimu Endelezi is an open platform for all who require our service, but we have identified two target markets. That is the teen girls aged between 13 and 17 in their primary and secondary level of education, adults and youths above the age of 15 who for one reason or another have not been able to continue with their normal education. Through improved academic performance among these learners, we hope to reverse societal attitudes opposed to education of teenage brothers. We wish to see a 50% increased re-entry rate into school to about 4,800 learners in Uasin Gishu County, and we are looking for applying for a provisional license to be the sole provider of this service. We all know and agree that change is the end result of true learning. Will it then come as a shock to you that 20 minutes after traditional classroom experience, learners would have forgotten up to 60% of all that was taught? If we turn back the clock a few centuries, the way people learn is through stories. Not only that, science states and proves that storytelling is the best learning method. With our learner-centered approach, we have curated our content into 3 packages. The free package, which offers notes, articles, and counseling for the mental health of these learners. The medium package, which offers an additional video tutorials, audio content, and access to 2 communities. And finally, the premium package, which offers an additional video conferencing, and access to all communities. So the community concept is whereby learners can get to connect with each other over study groups, assignment groups, individual networking, and access to a public channel where answers to questions of classes are recorded and kept for future reference. Through storytelling and an interactive platform, we not only plan to help the teenage girls, but also revolutionize the learning industry in Kenya and Africa at large. A head for business and a heart for the world. As before use our revenue model, these are projections. So for the free plan, the free packages, it's free so that you can allow many users. And for the regular package, quarterly, they'll be paying $63, and annually they'll be one user will be paying $63 quarterly, and annually that will be $252. For the premium package, our users will be paying $135 quarterly, which equates to a yearly revenue of $540 yearly. So with an assumed 10 users, which distributed as follows: 6 for the medium, 4 for the premium, it equates to a total $3,672 yearly revenue. We target to have more than 30,000 students throughout the country, with Uasin Gishu County already having 7,200 learners in the verge of dropping out of school. We approximate our break-even point to be 10,000 users. And after that, our revenue and profit will increase exponentially. Currently, we need money in developing, maintenance of our learning management system, debugging, and outsourcing of human capital and marketing.
Sorry, Kariuki, I have to stop you here because we went extremely over time. So if the rest of the things I think we can cover in the Q&A with the judges.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take another 4 or 5 minutes for Q&A with the judges, also to cover anything that the team didn't cover in their pitch.
I can go first. Thank you so much, Carol. I have a question about the value proposition. Exactly, are you providing a learning management system, or are you providing the courses or the curricula, the syllabi for the learning management system?
We'll be doing the courses. It will be an alternative provision for basic education, meaning we'll be having the courses, the learning management system, and we'll be targeting to make it a marketplace for teachers to come and upload their content. While as well, we'll be controlling the content. As I said, we are hoping for storytelling and a lot of gamification and communities.
Do you have any syllabi that you have already created or designed previously?
Pardon?
Do you have any syllabi, the course learning outcomes that you have designed previously?
Yes, for now we have the free package we are developing, and that is for the notes and the articles.
Okay, this point I didn't understand, to be honest. The notes and articles exactly falls under what exactly?
Okay, for the well, for the notes, those are the downloadable resources whereby a learner doesn't have to be online the whole time to access the learning. So for the notes, that's the downloadable resources. But for the articles, it will be another like version of the notes, but it is more specific, and it is also divided systematically by the courses, the subtopics, the topics. Yeah.
One last question. For the learning management system, are you going to use or develop your own, or you will use like a third-party service?
For now, we'll be developing our own. Yeah.
For the learning management system itself?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions from the judges?
So I would ask, how much of the content is dependent on the teachers and how much are you developing it? And is your background in education, or how are you developing the content exactly?
Thank you. That's a good question. Actually, there was a time that we thought we'd be making the content ourselves as the developers and as the founders, but then we came to a realization that as we are not from the education background and we need quality content, we'd have to recruit teachers and we'd have to use them. So now we'll not be making the content ourselves, but we'll be giving out a layout. We'll be researching how content should be. We'll be talking to teachers and professionals. Then we'll bring in the teachers to make the content, and then we'll be having our own style of the content. But the teachers will be making it.
We still have 1 minute for questions if anyone has anything to add.
I can add actually a recommendation. There are so many learning management systems out there, and there are also the learning management system service provider, third parties out there. So I think you should focus on something that is almost niche, maybe the quality of the curricula that you provide, because this market is quite very competitive. We work with Udacity, for example. Udacity eYouth is very well known in the Arab region. Coursera, Udemy. So I think you need to distinguish the value proposition that you're providing, and when it comes to the technology and the probably the foundation of the system itself, you can utilize third parties better than recreating or reinventing the wheel within those services. This is just a comment, and I wish you all the best, inshallah.
Yeah, thank you. Well, actually, a comment about that. It's a very good suggestion. Our competitors, most of them, you mentioned Udemy and the likes, us, we are providing basic education. And yes, we have actual local competitors who are providing basic education. But what makes us different from our competitors is our target market. That is namely adult education and teenage girls. For adult education, the ones that mostly provide there's no e-learning platform for adult education. So what we are planning to do is we are going to go to all the adult education providers, and then we tell them that we have a marketplace for adult education, and then we'll be uploading their content. But yes, we will consider that.
Perfect. My comment mainly was about the utilization of the technology for the LMS system itself. So you can, for example, check out Cornerstone. You can utilize that system to plug in your courses. And then we have the question of accreditation for the courses as well. But that's another discussion. However, it's doable. But just consider that there are like a couple of third parties that can help you to start, rather than starting fully from scratch and taking a longer time for a go-to-market strategy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abdullah and Dina, for the questions, for the recommendations, and thank you, Karuki, for the presentation. I think this is the last team, so we can wrap up the pitches now.